Great question.
I don't know yet. I don't intend to do that again. That was a one-time thing, at least, today. That's what I'm saying right now. Right now I'm doing media production. I'm producing a show called Peace News Now, which is very similar to the Free Agents Radio News program that you saw in the movie. It's a 5-minute audio and video production, which you can find on YouTube or iTunes, which focuses on the world of peaceful resistance. What's going on? 7 days a week. So it's likely, at least now, in my assessment of what's going to be happening 2 years from now, it's likely that I'll be working on that. And not trying to get arrested or do anything, but focus on what other people are doing. Hello.
Tell us more about that crossing guard.
Yeah, the crossing guard almost didn't make it into the movie, so I'm really glad you asked. That was, we were watching the flick in several incarnations while Beau was editing, and we sat down and watched it in the Keene Activity Center, and Ian remarked, what happened to the crossing guard? That was a huge incident, and he was absolutely right. That was huge. For people who follow the Free Keene blogs or the Shire Society forums, that blew up. People were taking polar sides of that issue, like, did I do the right thing, did I do the wrong thing, was I harassing this woman, was she harassing me? People were totally separated on that issue. Even my dad, is against me on that one. And whatever, I think it was still fascinating footage. Because all I did was turn on a camera. I really did not harass that woman at all. She just,
but
boom.
You interacted with her before.
No.
After?
No, I hadn't. That was the amazing thing. And that's what, it's hard to tell from the footage because, you walk up to someone and, turn on a camera. Well, that's where the recording starts, And
B-roll,
she
right?
chose, yeah, it was just B-roll. It was intended to be I had gotten some footage of the buses arriving and some footage of the school sign. I was just getting some footage of what was happening that day, and I was intending to put together maybe a 2-minute video of just some activists in Keene handed out literature to students. Some administration didn't like it. The end, But it happened to be that this woman gave me some fascinating video to put online because she just decided to attack me with her sign. And it was so absurd to me because the sign is the tool that this woman is trusted with to keep children safe. And she was using this tool to harm a stranger. That was really weird. Weird choice, especially for a woman who is wearing a badge of the Keene Police, which I don't know if you could see very well in the video. She actually has a Keene Police badge on. It just blew my mind. This is accountability. So I really appreciate those questions. Oh yeah, sure. Keep them if you've got them, sure.
During our last election, we had 2 constitutional amendments on the ballot. The second was that the legislature could deal with court rules.
Yeah.
So had it failed, but had that passed, could you have then? So I was wondering, a good example of how that could have been used. Could you have then approached the legislature and asked them to change the court rules so that you could have videotaped in the court? Do you think that would have been the case?
Yeah. I mean, the Glick decision gives a pretty good precedent for something like that.
Because I understand that the courts are allowed to make their own rules, and it seemed to me that that's what was happening.
They sure are.
They were making them up on the fly.
Yes, they make them up on the fly, exactly. Yeah, I mean, as you saw,
That's a good
Judge
example.
Burke laughably, I mean, I hope we can laugh about this because I'm not in jail right now, but Judge Burke said that the Constitution is irrelevant. I mean, I almost wet myself. It was I can't believe that would really happen in real life. I had heard about stuff like that, where, judges can do whatever they want, but I never internalized it until I was saying, well, but the Constitution. And he's like, no. What? Oh, wow, okay, all right. And then even, I read the law, and I didn't have the time in the video to explain all of this, but in the text of the law that I was charged with for refusing to process, it was resisting arrest. verbal refusal is not resisting arrest. It specifies that in the law. It says so. And all I wanted to do was read the law in trial. No. I don't know how a person is supposed to treat that as a place of justice or honesty or anything. If you're not allowed to talk about what the law says, but you're allowed to be found guilty of it, that is a perfect example of how the courts do whatever they want. And I don't know, that's why I see civil disobedience as like a really important part of it, because like you can try and get justice from the legislature, you can try and get justice from the courts, you can try and get justice from whoever, but like really until you just, in my opinion, until you take responsibility for your own actions and just say, like, this is the hill I'm going to die on. Arrest me if you must, you know. Then that's what I would like to see. I know that not everyone is in a position where they can just like up and let themselves be caged, but if everyone would just do what they knew was right in their heart, I think that the world would be like massively corrected. A lot of the harm that bureaucrats and government people do would disappear. They wouldn't be able to continue to hurt peaceful people if peaceful people just would continue to peacefully assert their own rights. Is that pretty fair?
Yeah.
Answer your question.
I guess, you know, for the last year or so, I've been thinking, the legislature is also called the general court. And as citizens, we're supposed to be able to appeal to that legislature to right or wrong. It seemed to me that was pretty obviously wrong.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Too bad they shut down the grievance committee.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear
Exactly.
Yeah.
Paul Ingerson and Dan Itzer and all of those, they were the ones that actually brought this up.
I really wish I can say that I have like faith in any government office to be able to right the wrongs, but I don't. I really have a lot more faith in all of you acting on your principles than I do in any of the so-called representatives. They're not going to give you freedom.
Tell us about the DVD that's in that box.
Hey, thanks. I didn't even realize. Check it out. So, as Ian just pointed out, there's a bunch of DVDs in this box, and they all look like this, as they should. Beau Davis designed the front and back cover, which looks great, pretty professional job, and it's exactly the movie that you just watched. Plus, how many hours of bonus footage?
Something like 7.
7 hours of bonus footage, just like insane. We pretty much put all of Keen Activism for the last year onto one disc that you can watch. It was specially made so that it could fit more footage than would normally be allowed. So like you have to access all of the footage, you have to put it in your computer. Like it won't work in just a DVD drive. We've got bonus features that you can access through your DVD drive, but to access the full extent of all the bonus footage, you would have to put it in your computer. You can also get Shire choir song sheets, the ones that we were singing from in the movie, are on this disc. So, you know, you just pop it in your computer and you've got the Chronic Christmas carols that were so nefarious and harmful to the community. That's just a couple of things that are on here. Also, I did a solo commentary track where I went through and watched the movie, recorded my own voice, and just some of my reflections a couple of months after the movie was made, where I was just like explaining where some of the footage came from or what I was thinking at the time of my arrests. So that's some insight that you can get if you want some extra information. And also, I did a commentary track with Ian and Beau, the producer and editor. It's also on Amazon. Just, you know, like we've got them here today, but if you're still thinking, or if you want to pick up some for people who are far away. It's at order.victimlesscrimespree.com, so you can check it out there. And it's sad. Let me just make sure. Oh yeah, there's other printable activist outreach material. Things like the Don't Take the Plea Deal flyers that you saw in the video. We've got some of those on here. They're also on freekeen.com. So I think that's it for what's on the DVD.
Premiere video.
Oh yeah, the premiere. We did a real life premiere in Keene Cinemas, to which this was my favorite part of all of it. The Keene police showed up. There was oh, good. And they weren't there to arrest me, which is even better. I was like thrilled. He wouldn't come in. It was Officer Shore, the one who ordered the arrest for Give Peace a Chance. And even though we're like enemies, like in the movie, we're like our characters are enemies, you know, I've got a place in my heart for this criminal, this guy. I don't know. So yeah, it was a happy time, and so you can see the real life premiere at Keene Cinemas. That was all documented by Garrett, who's documenting now, and by a few others. And there was also a Q&A session about the movie. So very similar to what's happening now, except it was Ian and Beau and myself who were answering the questions. So a wider range of responses and fewer lies. Just kidding. Oh, is my microphone not working?
Well, it fell off.
How long has this been happening? Is this?
Well, I think it happened when you went over the box.
Oh dear. Well, hopefully it will be all right. And you know, I'm happy to answer anything else. Is that all good?
Thanks, guys.
I'm so thrilled that you would all sit here and watch this movie. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope you'll check out Keene if you haven't done so already. There's
Yeah,
a
we've
convention
got
happening.
Social Sunday happening on Sunday. So if you're looking for something to do after Liberty Forum, come on by Keene. We've got it at 5:30 at McHugh's, just as we do every week, which would be a great opportunity to come check it out.
Oh yeah.
How much are the discs?
Yeah, right now they're $10.
$10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my pleasure.